Hello students, welcome back. Let us continue with exercise 7.2 of triangles. We completed the first 3 questions in the previous class. We'll take a look at the remaining 3 questions and the last 2 questions in the class after this. So the fourth question, we have BE perpendicular to AC and CF perpendicular to AB, and BE and CF equal, that is the two altitudes are equal. Altitudes are nothing but perpendiculars drawn on line segment. So this entire line BE is equal to this entire line CF. We need to prove that AB is equal to CE. So what do we need to prove? That these sides of a triangle ABC are equal, and therefore I need to prove that ABC is an isosceles triangle. So what I am going to do is, I can see that by looking at these two triangles ABE and AFC, I can easily prove congruency. How? I have a side and I have this angle and this angle, right? So by AAS test we can prove that the two triangles are congruent. So let's draw a diagrams for ease. Perpendiculars, equal sides and equal angles. I have A, B, E and A, F, C. Correct? So which two triangles I am going to take? I am going to take triangles ABE and ACF. So I'll say proof in triangle ABE and triangle ACF, I have BE is equal to CF, which is given. Angle AEB is equal to angle AFC, which is equal to 90 degrees. This is also given since they are perpendiculars. Correct? And also angle BAE is equal to angle CAF. Why? Because it's a common angle. Therefore, the two triangles are congruent, that is triangle ABE is congruent to triangle ACF, by which test I have AAS, by AAS test of congruency. Therefore, what can I say? That what we need to prove, that AB is equal to CE. Therefore, AB is equal to CE. Or I need to prove that AB is equal to AC. So the first part is proved, and I also need to prove that AB is equal to AC. So second part, AB is equal to AC by corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Let me just confirm this section in the textbook since I changed it. Yeah, we need to prove that the sides AC and AB are equal, that is AB is equal to AC. So even this part is proved. Let's move on to question number 5. I have triangle ABC and DBC, which is isosceles. So I have AB is equal to AC and BD is equal to CD. Here I need to prove that ABD is equal to angle ACD. So this large angle here ABD is equal to angle ACD. Let us see how we are going to prove this. So first of all, if you take into consideration triangle ABC, we have equal sides, therefore the opposite angles. This angle is going to be equal to this angle. Correct? Also, if I take into consideration triangle DBC, these two sides are equal, therefore the opposite angles are going to be equal. So I'll say this angle is equal to this angle. Correct? So when I add this angle with this angle, we'll get it is equal to this angle plus this angle, because when equals are added to equals, then the wholes are equal. This is through Euclid's geometry, chapter number 5. if you remember. So let's prove this. In triangle ABC, AB is equal to AC given. Therefore, angle ABC is equal to angle ACB. Isosceles triangle theorem. I am saying isosceles triangle theorem, and I'll mark this as 1. This statement as 1. Right? In triangle DBC, I have DB is equal to DC. Just one moment. ABC, therefore this C. AB is equal to AC, therefore the side opposite AB is AC, right? So I will write ACB and ABC, because ACB is the angle opposite AB and AC is the angle opposite, AC is the side opposite angle ABC, right? Now similarly in triangle DBC, I have DB is equal to DC. Therefore, the angle opposite, this is given. Angle opposite side DB is what? DCB is equal to angle DBC, because DBC is the angle opposite side DC. So, DBC. Isosceles triangle theorem. And I'll mark this statement as 2. So, adding 1 and 2, what do I get? Angle ACB plus angle DCB is equal to angle ABC plus angle DBC. So, ACB plus DCB, ACB plus DCB gives me my angle ACD, correct? Similarly, ABC plus DBC, ABC plus DBC will give me ABD. So what we need to prove is that angle ABD is equal to angle ACD, but we have written ACD is equal to angle ABD, so we will just reverse. Therefore, ABD, angle ABD is equal to angle ACD. Hence proved. Let's move on to question number 6. I have triangle ABC is isosceles with AB is equal to AC. So this triangle over here, ABC is isosceles with AB equal to AC, and AD is also equal to AB. AD is equal to AB. So obviously, since AB is equal to AC and AD is equal to AB, I have all the three equal, that is AB is equal to AC, which is equal to AD. By equals that are equal to the same thing are equal to each other. So now we need to prove that angle BCD is 90 degrees. So we have angle BCD out here, this angle, right? We need to prove that this is 90 degrees. How are we going to prove this as 90 degrees? There isn't really any indicator or any angle that's given. So let's see how we can put into use the isosceles triangle theorem, because we've been given two sides that are equal for triangle ABC and also for ADC. I have two sides that are equal. So now if you notice, BCD is made up of two angles, which is DAC and BCA. So when you add them up, you will get something. Let's see how we are going to solve this question. I'll say proof. In triangle ABC, so first of all, let's prove that the three sides, that is AB, AC and AD, are equal. AB is equal to AC and AC, AD is equal to AB. Both are given. Therefore, I have AB is equal to AC, which is equal to AD. When equals that are equal to the same thing are equal to each other. Therefore, here you have equals that are equal to the same thing. So I have AB is equal to AC is equal to AD. Now I'll mark this as 1. Now in triangle ABC, I have AB is equal to AC. This is given, or you can say from 1 also. Since it's from given already, I'll say given. Okay, therefore what do I have? I have angle B plus angle BAC plus angle BCA is equal to 180 degrees. First of all, these two are equal. AB is equal to AC. Therefore, angle B is equal to angle BCA by the isosceles triangle theorem. Now also in the same triangle, what do I have? I have angle B plus angle BCA plus angle BAC is equal to 180 degrees. This is from the previous chapter, chapter 6, lines and angles, wherein the last section mentioned that the sum of angles of a triangle is 180 degrees, correct? So instead of B, I can write BCA. So this statement will become what? 2BCA, because these two are equal. So instead of B, I am just writing BCA. So BCA plus BCA will give me 2BCA plus angle BAC is equal to 180 degrees. I will mark this as 2. Now take triangle ADC. So in triangle ADC, what do I have? AC is equal to AD. Where? From 1. Therefore, which angles are congruent? I have angle D plus angle D is equal to angle DCA, correct? Angle D is equal to angle DCA, and because they are through the isosceles triangle theorem. But what do we have? We have angle D plus angle DCA plus angle DAC is equal to 180 degrees. I'll mark this as 2, and both I'll mark this as 3 because we have 2 over here. This is sum of angles of triangle is equal to 180 degrees. Similarly here, sum of angles of triangle is equal to 180 degrees. Correct? Reasoning is very important. So what do we get from 2 and 3? If you take a look at 2 and 3, if you add these two, what do you get? Instead of D, I am going to take DCA because we have D is equal to DCA. Therefore, 2 angle DCA plus angle DAC is equal to 180 degrees. Correct? I will mark this as 3. So when you add, now this one and this one, they look similar. We are going to add them because what we need to do is we need to add angle DCA and BCA. So I have, if you look at here, you have BCA and here you have DCA. So here we have some similarity, right? Adding these two will give me angle DCB, which we need to BCD, which we need to prove as 90 degrees. Also we have 180 degrees and 180 degrees over here. That means we are very close to getting BCD as 90 degrees. So let's go ahead and add these. So why am I not equating? Because I need to add these in order to get BCD. You must be wondering that in some of the previous sums in lines and angles especially, we were equating whatever was equal. But here we are not equating, we are adding because we need to add these two angles to get the required angle BCD. Okay, so adding 1 and 2. I get 2 angle BAC plus, I'll write it here only, 2 angle DCA plus angle BAC plus angle DAC is equal to 180 degrees plus 180 degrees. So let us just confirm. I have 2 angle BCA, 2 angle BCA plus 2 angle DCA plus angle BAC plus angle DAC is equal to 180 degrees plus 180 degrees. So we will solve this on this side of the board. I'll erase this section. So what do I get? I'll remove 2 common, angle BCA plus angle DCA plus BAC plus DAC. So BAC plus DAC is how much? It is 180 degrees. Why? Because this is a straight line. BD is a straight line and AC as a ray or line stands on it. Therefore, through the linear pair axiom, I have BAC plus DAC is equal to 180 degrees. So I will write 180 degrees is equal to 180 degrees plus 180 degrees, which is 360 degrees. And here, as a reason, I will write angle BAC plus angle DAC is equal to 180 degrees through the linear pair axiom. Correct? So continuing, what do I get? 2. Now BCA plus DCA is what I require to give BCD. So 2 angle BCD is equal to, I'll take 180 on the right hand side, so it will become negative 360 degrees minus 180 degrees. 360 degrees minus 180 degrees is 180 degrees. So 2 angle BCD, I'll take 2 on the right hand side, it's getting multiplied over here, so it will come and divide 180 degrees over here. So I get BCD is equal to 180 degrees upon 2, which is equal to 90 degrees. Therefore, we have proved that angle BCD is equal to 90 degrees. Right? So whenever you get a question like this, where you've been given equal sides, okay, and obviously you can see that whenever equal sides are there in a triangle, you're going to put into application the isosceles triangle theorem. And see, now we have BCD, and whenever no measurement is given, always try to remember all that you have learned before in the previous chapters, because as in when you're going to proceed with the next chapters, all the concepts of the previous chapters are also going to come into use. So you will it's important, especially in geometry, that you are thorough with the basic foundations, which is lines and angles, points, triangles, and you will see that with triangles we'll see applications in quadrilaterals as well, which is the next chapter. So just make sure when you're studying these chapters, you go in the sequence. Just don't jump to question, chapter number 7, that is triangles, before chapter number 6. Because here, if you see in the chapter 7 triangles, we are not only using chapter number 6 lines and angles, but we are also using the concepts of Euclid geometry, which is chapter number 5, right? So let's take a look at the remaining 2 questions, that is 7 and 8, in the next class. Thank you.
Hope this video increased your knowledge. For more such videos and a completely free educational content, log on to www.epathshala.org or visit our ePathshala YouTube channel. We have each and every question solved for maths, physics, chemistry and biology. So subscribe our channel, share with your friends, like our Facebook page and follow our Twitter handle for regular updates and important educational tips, and also win ePathshala goodies. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe this channel and enjoy the freedom of education.